Wendy Williams created a unique brand that folks are always going to love and talk about. But I am so excited for you to go on this Sheri Show journey with me this September. I am so excited.
Wendy Williams is gone bye-bye, and Sheri Shepherd is now in. News of Williams' talk show getting canceled was made official today, and Sheri is debuting her own show this fall in September. It's a bittersweet announcement, and our panel gives their take.
It may be an end of an era in daytime television, right, Joey Guerra? Wendy Williams stepping down or saying goodbye, or they're moving on without her, depending on who you believe. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I think, for better or worse, the writing was kind of on the wall for a while. I mean, she had not been back to her show regularly for a long time. We kind of kept getting these kind of half-baked, half-hearted updates on where she was, how she was doing. I think they were just really honestly trying to hold out and see if it was all going to come together for her, but I guess it's not. We now know that Sheri Shepherd's taking over that slot. So, it's just, I think for fans, because at one point, she was, in terms of talk shows, she was like the top tier, right? I mean, everybody watched it, talked about it, tuned in, so it's really sort of, I think, a big moment in that world that she's kind of stepping down, at least for the time being.
And Natay, we've heard through most of her absence it's because of illnesses, Graves' disease. Are we comfortable with that explanation? Do you think it was more?
Well, I think it's one of those things you'll never really know if it's more or not. I mean, and I hope that her health is good. I know that she's been through a lot of life changes in the past couple years, losing her mother, the marriage ending, her son starting college, so many things. So I know all of those things will have an effect on your mental health and your physical health. So I just wish her the best. And then sometimes it is good to step away, catch your breath, figure out, do you still have the same passion for what you've been doing for years? I mean, she is the queen of hot topics and telling a story.
Amber, your thoughts on now Sheri Shepherd taking over that time slot and Wendy Williams calling it a day, or at least that's what we're told.
It's interesting because there's so much still conflicting information out here. I literally yesterday saw something saying that someone from Wendy's camp just released that she's getting healthy and that she's planning to come back. So I don't know. There's a lot of misinformation around this. I think Sheri will be great for it. But I think I really want to know, what's the real truth with this? But this is just a reflection of when you have multiple things in your life. I agree with Natay that there's a lot of bad things in her life that have compounded, and it does affect you. Your emotions affect your physical health.
She recently issued a statement to People magazine through one of her managers saying that she understands the route that the producers or executive producers of the show are taking. So it's very possible she thought, well, maybe they'll give me time to come back. But they said they had to move on. One of the things she said in her statement, it couldn't be maybe the Wendy Williams Show. You're not sure if she's going to be there or not. Your thoughts, Joey?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, I think they really were hoping at some point she would come back because, love her or hate her, I think Wendy is someone who people talk about, pay attention to. I think everybody has at least one story. Did you hear that on Wendy Williams, or did you hear what she said? So they know that she creates a conversation. Even now, with everything happening, this is creating conversation. So, I think, politically, of course, she has to say that she's happy for that. But Wendy is not one, I think, to hold back. So if and when I think we get the inevitable, tell-all interview, I think we'll hear a lot more about this and how she really feels.
Now, Natay, one important thing Joey said was, either you love her or hate her. And during her illnesses, during many of her problems, she didn't have the compassion that you typically get for a major celebrity like she was. And do you think that was part of her history, coming down on so many celebrities, not having any ounce of, I would say, compassion for them and spreading their business on her radio show more so than TV?
Well, I definitely think that played a part in it, absolutely. absolutely. And I would say that not that she didn't have compassion, but she understood that she was willing to say the things that other people were thinking.
No, and I meant that people, the public, the general public didn't have as much compassion for her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that is a thing that played a part as to why some in the general public did not have compassion for her. And then also because she was sharing so many other people's business, whether, you know, it was confirmed or not confirmed. It's kind of odd when it's like, you're the storyteller, tell us what's going on with your life. And, you know, and we don't really know, but I think whenever she's ready, she's going to tell it like it is, like she did in her biopic and her books and everything, but she's going to do it on Wendy's time. But as you know, she congratulated Sheri Shepherd. The show must go on. That's the #1 rule in show business.
And we'll let you end it with there, Natay. Amber Neal and Joey Garrett, thank you all for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored, and congratulations to Sheri Shepherd. Couldn't have happened to a better person.
And of course, Sheri will be on the Wendy Williams Show filling in for right here on Fox 26 every weekday morning at 10. That's